We're going to be presenting on Forza Coffee. I'm Kara.
I'm Julia.
I'm Haley.
I'm Allie.
All right, so Forza opened their first store in 2005 in Gig Harbor, Washington. The Forza brand expanded across the state of Washington, and each store is independently owned and operated as a franchise. Forza Coffee has 3 different locations within the city of Spokane: Spokane Valley, South Hill, and Hamilton Street, and they have 5 different locations in the Seattle area. The size of the stores are bigger than your normal coffee shop, with ample table space, encouraging customers to stay and enjoy their time there. They have a coffee stand, pastries, a full lunch menu, and a full-length bar. The shop is perfect for all types of occasions. Families, study groups, or work meetings could all enjoy the atmosphere of Forza, while also enjoying the food and drinks that Forza offers. The mission of Forza Coffee is to strengthen life's connections one cup of coffee at a time. The Forza logo is a Roman coin with the phrase Forza di Vita, meaning strength of life, in Italian. Forza Coffee wants to imitate the Italian way of life, with local espresso shops being a place of gathering for friends, family, and community members to build everlasting connections. They hope to impact communities in Spokane in the same way, with a welcoming atmosphere and a place to enjoy each other as well as their coffee, food, and alcoholic beverages. The market segment for coffee drinkers is anyone mostly aged from 18 to 75. Forza has 2 main segments of customers: students and neighbors of the Logan neighborhood. They also cater to business professionals and people who have a passion for trying new coffee, as Forza likes to call them coffee snobs. However, the focus of Forza is on their main 2 customer segments, and they like to create products and services that serve those groups. The needs of both the neighborhood people and the students of Gonzaga are for coffee and food and a desire for a place to gather. Although there are 2 main segments of customers for Forza, the target market is the student population that lives and attends school right by the Hamilton Street location. The age of the target market Gonzaga students are customers that are between 18 and 24 years old. Although college students do not have lots of money to spend, coffee is still a good that is purchased daily by most students to get through their busy days of classes, meetings, and studying. Especially since Forza not only serves coffee, but also is an ideal place for lunch, drinks after class, and meeting space, the environment and culture inside of Forza is targeted to students. Forza additionally provides many promotions to encourage the target market of students to participate in purchases at their shops, including the use of Bulldog Bucks and their rewards program, which is after 10 purchases you get 1 free drink. These 2 promotions are already targeted towards students, and this trend to market to students should continue for success with Forza Coffee. Forza Coffee's competition includes local cafes and places that serve coffee and or lunch, and places that cater to students. Some examples consist of Thomas Hammer, Dutch Bros, Cafe Affogato, Atticus, Saranac Commons, Starbucks, and Boots. A primary strength that Thomas Hammer and Starbucks possess is the fact that they are located on campus, making them extremely accessible for students to grab coffee between classes.
Okay, so now we're going to go over the SWOT analysis that we composed for Forza, starting with the strengths. So the first one that we've kind of talked about already, they have a location that's very close to Gonzaga's campus. It's right on the outskirts on Hamilton Street, and then also right within the Logan neighborhood where a lot of students live, as well as community members. And they have a very diverse menu, so they not only serve coffee, pastries, lunch, and dinner food, but they also have alcohol and their ever-growing famous acai bowl, which is really popular recently with students. The next strength is that they have a focus for sustainability and coffee that is grown in a sustainable way and also gives back to the farmers that grow it. And so that's been a real focus also for students, because that's important for people, and so that's been a main focus for them. And then finally, they have a entertainment that they provide. So they every Friday night have a different performer, and then they also have bent trivia, I think once a week, and it's something that a lot of people aren't aware of. And so they really want to promote that more, which is a strength of theirs. So a weakness is that a lot of people are not aware of Forza Coffee being so close to campus, or kind of what it's about, because they just haven't really gotten their word out and their brand out within the community as much. They do, as we said, have 2 other locations in Spokane, and so they're more recognized in those locations and within the population there. But not as much near Gonzaga's campus and with the universities that are in Spokane. And then another weakness of theirs is their social media presence. So they have a website, but they also have a Facebook. But we felt that there's an Instagram made, but there's no posts on it, and they have 2 followers so far, which actually wasn't created when we started this project. And so we think that Instagram is a really strong way to kind of build social media presence and build a following. And so we'd like to see more of that, and as well as like the use of Twitter and Snapchat and other social medias. And then finally, another weakness is that they have a lack of resources. So because this is a new location, their marketing department is like really growing right now, and they have a pretty low budget, as we'll talk about later. And so it's a hardship because they're really trying to balance like how to not only promote themselves, but also their lack of resources in employees. They only have 9 employees right now, and they're having a hard time kind of like balancing that and keeping themselves afloat in this location. And so an opportunity, we think that they can really connect with the Spokane and GU community, as well as increase their sustainability growth and promote that a lot more. And we think that with this new promotions that we are going to suggest, it can really increase their customer base, and especially with use of the meeting spaces that they have and the study spaces, really get into the Spokane community with nonprofits as well and promote through the community that way. And as we said earlier, the threats that they have are competition from other Spokane coffee shops and big names like Starbucks and Dutch Bros, and the more smaller coffee shops like Atticus and Vault and things like that. So that's the analysis.
So based on our SWOT analysis, we have developed objectives that we believe will help improve Forza's business and expand their customer base. So the 3 main objectives that we have are to increase brand awareness, improve their online presence, and appeal to both college students and the older demographic. Originally, we just wanted to cater to Gonzaga students, but then we expanded that to college students, and then even further, just the surrounding Spokane community. One of Forza's main weaknesses is the consumer awareness. There's an overall just lack of awareness of the brand because they're a newer establishment, and a lot of people are unaware of the unique features that Forza offers. They have a lot more than just coffee. We hope that our plan will bring public awareness to the Forza brand as a whole, and specifically to those unique products and events. In order for Forza to achieve these objectives, we have outlined some potential strategies. First, in order to reach the target demographic of college students, we suggest that Forza should have 1 to 2 student ambassadors from each of the local college campuses: Gonzaga, Eastern, Wazoo Nursing Campus, and Spokane Falls Community College. Ambassadors would be a great resource for handing out Forza swag, setting up tables in Hemmingson and other buildings on the other campuses, handing out coupons, increasing awareness of Forza's study space, and getting in touch with student leaders on campus. In order to improve Forza's online presence, they need to create an Instagram account. As we mentioned earlier, they actually did just create an Instagram, but it has 2 followers. So in order to grow that following, they should hire an intern who would provide a fresh perspective and give that tech-savvy college student advantage at no cost. The intern would be responsible for managing all of the social media accounts, generating new and exciting content for each platform, and connecting with college students. A way to reach a lot of Gonzaga students and actually get them to come in is to be in their coupon books. We suggest a coupon for $1 off acai bowls because that's their most expensive item, and it would also be really beneficial in increasing brand awareness on campus. Further, to increase campus awareness, we would suggest that they be listed in the Gonzaga Bulletin, as well as being featured in Saber Dining Guide, which would reach not only Gonzaga students, but their families and the Spokane community. If we had more resources, we would post in other schools' bulletins, but with the resources provided, we only included Gonzaga's bulletin in our budget. Finally, in order to not only reach Gonzaga students, but alumni, parents, and community members, Forza should have promotional events before basketball games. Many adults and students like to get a beer or a drink before the game, and Forza could use this as an opportunity to increase awareness of their full bar, which is less known than their coffee.
So for the budgeting, for the grand total for the fiscal year, we have $2,626. And within the budget, we're using the all-you-can-afford method, which is when the firm determines the amounts to be spent in various areas and allocates what is left to advertising and promotions, considering this to be the amount that can be afforded. And this is a pretty popular approach for smaller firms, so we think it would be the best. And then in order to give Forza a competitive advantage within the cafe industry and Gonzaga campus population, we believe they should allocate their marketing to 3 different categories, which are online media, print, and sales promotion. And then within the budget, we will be most focused on the social media to create the brand awareness that they need. And then for a better look at the budget, here it is all laid out. So for our first promotion, we will be creating and distributing Forza swag at the Gonzaga basketball games, and those will just be spent during the months that basketball is in season. Next, for Snapchat, we will have a Snapchat filter, which will be $42 each month. Then we will also have an Instagram ad, which will be $33.50 each month. And then for the next 3, we have our print media, which is the coupon book, the fall fam catalog, and the Savor dining guide. The first one will be $300, then $400, then $300, which they all come out in August. They will be spent during those months. Next, we will be creating beer coupons on game days, which is a good way to attract the older student population and local Spokane residents, and also spread awareness of the fact that Forza sells more than just coffee, and that'll be $30 also just when basketball is in season. And then there shows all of our totals for the budget.
Okay, and to finally evaluate and measure the success of our IMC, we're going to create a survey for the customers, which basically will just ask how they heard about Forza, kind of what brought them through the door, with which promotion, and then what population they're from. So if they're either a student or a member of the Spokane community. And so we're going to do the survey for 6 months from the months of November to April, which is when most students are going to be using, Forza coffee. That's when students are on campus. And then it can be offered to them in paper once they're paying at the register. Online, we can give them a link, and also when they sign up for the rewards program online, you put in an email, so it can be sent through the email, or we can just even ask them in person and just take the notes ourselves as people at the register. And so to kind of give an incentive for this survey, we'll give out a coupon for the next visit if they choose to answer the survey. And so some of our goals that we hope to see after our IMC strategies and taxes are implemented is that we want 50 to 75% increase of customers overall at the Hamilton location, a 25 to 40% increase in GU students or students of the area who don't go to Gonzaga, and then a 15 to 30% increase in Spokane community members, and a 15 to 30% hopefully customers come to Forza because of our IMC strategies and tactics that'll be asked when they take the survey of what brought them in, what promotion. And that is the end of our presentation, so we really thank you for listening, and we
Hope you have a great day.
hope you have a great day.